All right. Back on Bring the Juice Radio Row. Valley people, you'll be familiar. Chuck Liddell, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
You look great.
Doing good.
I used to rock the mohawk at one point in my life too.
That's awesome.
Well, I enjoyed that. It was one of my favorite haircuts I've had in my life thus far. Inspired by you, my brothers all did the same.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Fuck yeah, baby. So, Chuck, when I say the word grit, what comes to mind?
Grit, tough, dig in hard, go after it.
In your career as a fighter, on the days you didn't want to get better, on the days that were a little tough to get out of bed, what gave you the kick in the ass to chase greatness?
I always had that goal, wanting to be the best.
Right.
I always wanted to, the problem is if you give yourself a choice to get out of bed, there's a chance you'll make the wrong one. So don't do it.
Don't give yourself the fucking choice.
Because I always say mental toughness is an everyday thing. You can't turn it on and off when you want it.
No.
So if there's a choice, I'll take the harder one. You give me a choice, I take the harder one. I used to hate it when my strength coach go, how many do you want? How am I supposed to do? It'd be great if I got 8, but you can just do 3. And he'd be doing it at a weight where I probably wouldn't get 8 if he'd just asked for 8.
Right.
But when he said it like that, fuck.
We'll do a 20? Yes.
Watch me get 8.
Fuck yeah, Chuck. I love that.
So, but that's kind of the mentality that you need. I mean, I as an athlete and even everyday stuff, it's just simple. If you never make that decision, you never give yourself that break. Never make that decision.
Right.
But I always say, it's like I'm not saying train stupid.
Right.
Go to training. There's times when you let people get stuff. You do stuff you don't. But you know the difference. You know if you did it because you're tired, or you did it because you're just being careful.
Right.
You know why you did it.
Right here.
You can't kid yourself.
You can't bullshit yourself.
You can't bullshit yourself. And even if you try to bullshit yourself, it's not going to matter when it comes down. When you need to be mentally tough, when it's really hard, you really got to dig down, you're going to do what you normally do. You make the decisions you normally make. So if you want to be tough, you just have to make that decision. It's a lot easier if there's no choice of getting out of bed or not.
Right.
I got to get out at this time and go. If I have to roll out of bed and hobble my way up to my feet and go, it doesn't matter.
Find a fucking way.
I find a way to get up and go.
Got to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah, 100%. And honestly, that was what a coach was for. I needed a coach more to pull me back most of the time.
Right.
And keep me from hurting myself. But then for you need a good coach that knows when to pull back.
Right. He knows your thresholds.
Yeah, knows when to push hard, when to pull back.
Chuck, as a fighter itself, is there anybody that you looked up to as an inspiration? Anybody that you said, I like pieces of his game? Or even just as a competitor, like, hey, I like what this guy's fucking doing?
Oh, there's a lot of guys that I try to take from everybody. I try to learn from everybody. I learn one roll through from like Scott Adams, or John Lewis teaching me this, or I got Anderson Silva. Oh yeah, that works good. I try to pick everybody's brain.
Right.
And that not only for just just techniques or stuff, but even drills.
Right.
Like how's he training this? How's he get better at this? If you watch, I try to. That's one of the things I do. I used to do really well. I watch very closely at details.
Right.
Because small details make differences in how things work.
Fuck yeah, they do.
At the top end, those little details is what's going to make a big difference and what makes something work. So, paying attention to detail and how. Because I've watched guys. I always use the example of Jake Shields. Back in the beginning of his career, when he was younger, he's still submitting on people with the guillotine, and he's showing it to some people I knew. And I'm watching him throw to him, and he's like, wait a minute. He's showing it just like everybody else. What
right.
does he do different? And I'm watching, and I don't think he even knew at that time what he was doing different. But he was doing a couple things slightly different. I'm like, oh, and I was able to use that to make mine better.
Yes.
So it's paying attention to detail, and as you get better, and obviously you have to train basics and get the basic moves down. But those little fine points and little things, like. Scott Epstein, a friend of mine, trained
Right.
to one of his things. He'll talk about submissions. If you got to squeeze more than 70%, readjust and get the position better. You shouldn't have to finish that.
Right.
So,
in your sport, is it in the cage? Is it a kill or be killed mindset you take?
for me, yeah. I'm trying to kill you.
Right.
I'm trying to end you. Obviously, I hope you're okay when.
Right. At the end of the day, it's a sport. Right.
But I'm really going out there.
You have to have that mindset.
And I have the mindset of I'm really trying to hurt you, and I'm a very calculated fighter. I always say it's almost like I laugh. It's almost like a serial killer. Like I can try to hurt you without any emotion.
Right.
I don't need emotion to hurt you.
Right.
I think emotion clouds judgment. So usually in stressful situations, I get more calm. So I try to get, like, if we're in a fight situation, I try to be calm. I'm just trying to finish, to stop you.
Right.
Do what I need to finish you, to end the situation.
What gets you fired up? What gets you going, Chuck?
What gets me going?
What gets you going, baby? Gets you fired up. That piss got to get hot. You got to bring the juice, baby. What's your juice? What gets you going?
I never needed anything to get up for a fight.
Me either. I don't drink coffee. I don't do any of that shit. It's internal, baby.
You flip a switch, and I'm ready to fight.
You just got that built in you?
It's built in me. I love that. I love what I'm doing. I don't need to be mad at you. I don't need to be.
Right.
I don't need anything. I don't need to be fired up. But that when I'm fighting you and I see that gloss go over your eyes when we're gonna hit, that's when he's going. That killer instinct gets in.
Yes.
He's hurt. Let's go get him.
Last question, Chuck. Now that you're done fighting, that same instinct that you have, it's always going to be a part of you. How have you taken your experiences as a fighter, as a competitor, and help propel you into life after fighting?
Well, it's just taking that same work ethic. You don't get it. I always said I was never the best athlete in the room. I was usually one of the better ones, but not the best athlete in the room. But I always worked harder.
Right.
I was never outworked. A couple guys that got close to working as hard as me, but I was never outworked in the room. I outwork people, and that's what makes you. That works. That crosses over into anything you do. I'm always studying, getting better, always improving, trying to figure out how to do things better, and I'm willing to work hard. I'm willing to put the work in if I need something.
Chuck to everyone. Chuck, I appreciate your time, man. Got to get you a hat. Maybe it'll fit your head. I don't know or not, but you bring the juice. You get me fucking fired up. I love that shit, baby. Appreciate you. And check out Chuck Liddell. We'll see you around the valley, maybe.
Yeah, I'll be there every once in a while. I'm up there a little bit.
We'll collab again. Appreciate you, Chuck.